Hola and welcome to the ground floor of the ProSpanish program. As with any good learning system, we're going to start with what you already know. And even if you've never studied Spanish before, or you've never been to a Spanish-speaking country, you're going to be surprised by what you already know. So listen and see if you can guess the meaning of these words. Chocolate, horrible, imposible, importante, urgente, un hotel, un problema. And I'm sure you will have guessed that we heard chocolate, horrible, impossible, important, urgent, a hotel, a problem. And there are hundreds and hundreds of words just like this, so you already have a base from which to start. Let's just home in for a second on importante and urgente, because we have here a ready-made little formula for you to be able to come up with a lot of new words by yourself. So words that end in ANT or ENT in Spanish, important, urgent, restaurant, etc. These are the same in Spanish, or most of them are the same in Spanish. We just add an E on the end. So important becomes importante. Urgent becomes urgente. And just to make that formula stick, let's try it for ourselves. How would you say in Spanish arrogant? Arrogant. And if this is your very first Spanish lesson, it might be helpful to write down your first answers. Some people don't find that necessary. It's merely a suggestion. Okay, so arrogant, what would that be in Spanish? Arrogante, arrogante, arrogante. How about constant? How would we say constant in Spanish? Constante, constante. Exactly the same as the English, we just add an E. And how about different? How would you say different in Spanish? Diferente, diferente. And you'll notice that diferente only has one F, and the reason for this is that in Spanish all letters are pronounced, so we wouldn't say diferente, we just say diferente, so we just want one F, so there aren't many double letters in Spanish for that reason. Okay, the word for it's in Spanish, if you want to say it's hot, it's cold, is es. S, spelled E-S, just one word, S. It's. And as I mentioned before, if this is your very first lesson, perhaps if you've got a notepad in front of you, you may just want to write down S equals it's. Otherwise, you can just hold it in your head, which is fine. So it's is S. So let's make our first Spanish sentence. How would you say it's different? It's different. What would that be? Just put the two words together. Two words, it's different. Es diferente. Es diferente. And if you are uncomfortable with your pronunciation and you feel that it sounds a bit silly or it doesn't sound like it should do, that feeling is very normal when you first start to learn a language, and you don't need to do anything about it. You will just automatically become better at the pronunciation as you continue. So, es diferente, it's different. Let's try another one. How about it's urgent? It's urgent. What would that be? Es urgente. Es urgente. Es urgente. How about it's a problem? If you can remember the word for a problem, it's a problem. What would that be? Es un problema. Es un problema. It's a problem. Es un problema. To say for me and for you, for me, for you in Spanish is para mí, para ti. Para mí, para ti. And if you're not in a public space, it would be useful if you say that a couple of times. Para mí, para ti. Para mí, para ti. And of course you can also write it down if that's what you're doing. So, para mí, para ti. For me, for you. How would you say it's for you? It's for you. So it could be a phone call for somebody, it could be their drink, it could be whatever. And I didn't mention it before, but just make sure that you pause the video to give yourself thinking time. That thinking time for you to process the sentence is very important, and you won't learn without it. So, it's for you, what would that be? Es para ti. Es para ti. Okay, how would we say it's important for me? It's important for me. What would that be? Es importante para mí. Es importante para mí. How about it's a problem for me? It's a problem for me. What would that be? Es un problema para mí. Es un problema para mí. How about it's a problem for you? What would that be? Es un problema para ti. Es un problema para ti. And we'll just take a brief pause there while I mention the levels 1 to 6 ProSpanish course. This is available for download from prospanish.co.uk, and it takes the complete beginner or near beginner right up to a conversational level of Spanish in nice easy steps and in the shortest time possible. Okay, so back to the lesson. Now, if you want to say in Spanish, it's not, or it isn't, so making a negative, you just put no at the beginning. No. N-O, no. So it's not is no es, or it isn't, no es, no es, no es. It's not, it isn't, no es. How would you say? It's not for me. It's not for me. What would that be? No es para mí. No es para mí. How about it's not important for you? It's not important for you. What would that be? It's not important for you. No es importante para ti. No es importante para ti. How about it's not a problem? It's not a problem. And this is how in Spanish also you would say no problem. No problem. You'd say it's not a problem. So what would that be? No es un problema. No es un problema. So no is used just to make something negative. No. If you want to say I have in Spanish, I have is tengo. 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 T-E-N-G-O. Tengo. How do you think you would say I don't have? I don't have. Remember what we just did with S to make it negative? So how would you make I have negative to say I don't have? What would that be? No tengo. No tengo. So no tengo, I don't have. How would you say I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. What would that be? No tengo un problema. No tengo un problema. How about I have something for you. I have something for you. And the word for something is algo. A-L-G-O. Algo is something. So our sentence, I have something for you. What would that be? Tengo algo para ti. Tengo algo para ti. And let's do a nice long sentence now. How would you say, I have something for you? It's not urgent. I have something for you. It's not urgent. So take your time with this one. How would you say, I have something for you, comma, it's not urgent. Tengo algo para ti. No es urgente. Tengo algo para ti. No es urgente. So let's just go through that. Tengo, I have, algo, something, para ti, for you. No es, it's not, urgente, urgent, it's not urgent. Okay, we're going to learn two words as a pair. It often helps to learn words together in a pair, and we're going to learn how to say good and bad. Good and bad. Bueno, malo. Bueno, malo. Good, bad. So bueno, a bit like it's a chocolate bar called bueno, which must be very good. So bueno, good, malo, bad. Bueno, malo. Good, bad. How would you say it's bad? It's bad. What would that be? Es malo. Es malo. How would you say it's not good? Actually, let's change it to, let's make it a longer one and say it's not good for you. It's not good for you. What would that be? It's not good for you. No es bueno para ti. No es bueno para ti. It's not good for you. No es bueno para ti. How about I have something good for you? I have something good for you. What would that be? Tengo algo bueno para ti. Tengo algo bueno para ti. I have something good for you. Tengo algo bueno para ti. If we want to say I want in Spanish, I want, it's quiero. Quiero. Think of a key at the beginning. Key. Quiero. Quiero. Not quiero. The QU is pronounced like a K. Quiero. Quiero. I want. And in Spanish, quiero can also mean I'd like. So it wouldn't be impolite in a restaurant to say that you want something as opposed to that you'd like it. So you can use quiero un café. I'd like a coffee. I want a coffee. Quiero un café. I'd like a coffee or I want a coffee. How would you say I don't want? I don't want. So remembering how we formulated it's not and how we formulated I don't have. If quiero is I want, how would we say I don't want? No quiero. No quiero. No quiero. So how would we say I don't want a coffee? I don't want a coffee. What would that be? No quiero un café. No quiero un café. So it could be no quiero un café. Quiero una limonada. A lemonade, for example. No quiero un café. Quiero una limonada. Let's just see if we can remember the word for different that we learnt before. Diferente. Diferente. Different. How would you say, I want something different? I'd like something different. What would that be? Quiero algo diferente. Quiero algo diferente. You could add on please. Por favor. Quiero algo diferente, por favor. I'd like something different, please. And how about a hot day and you want to say, I'd like something cold. I'd like something cold. The word for cold is nice and easy. Frío. Frío. Frío is cold. Frío. So how would you say, I'd like something cold? Quiero algo frío. Quiero algo frío. I'd like something cold. Quiero algo frío, por favor. I'd like something cold, please. And you remember our word for problem is problema. Nice and easy. What do you think problems would be? Problemas. Problemas. How would you say, I don't want problems? I don't want problems. In English, we might say, I don't want any problems. In Spanish, they don't use that word any in those kind of sentences. So we just say, I don't want problems. How would we say that? I don't want problems. I don't want any problems. No quiero problemas. No quiero problemas. I don't want any problems. No quiero problemas. No quiero problemas. And that concludes the first lesson. As mentioned before, if you're looking to become a confident and a competent speaker of Spanish, then head over to ProSpanish.co.uk, where you can download the full levels 1 to 6 ProSpanish course, which will take you right up to a conversational level of Spanish.